Hello students, hope you all are doing good. Today we are going to start a new chapter called Principles of Metallurgy. Before going to the principle of metallurgy, we have already discussed about the metals and non-metals in our 8th standard. You know that there are various uses of metals in our daily life. For example, in utensils, in making the conducting wires, in making jewelry, we make use of metals. Now, you know the properties of metals, that metals are ductile, they are malleable, they are sonorous, and they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Whereas the non-metals have opposite properties as that of metals. Now, principles of metallurgy. Let us discuss, before going to the principles of metallurgy, let us discuss what is an ore, what is a mineral, and what is metallurgy. We are going to discuss these three terms today, and we are also going to discuss something called as activity series. Now, let us go to minerals first. Minerals are nothing but they are the elements or compounds in which you can find the metals. Okay, they are called minerals. Minerals are mostly available. Metals are extracted from the earth crust. Most of the metals are extracted from the earth crust. About 75% of your periodic table are metals. Now, what are minerals? Minerals are nothing but they are elements or compounds from which you can extract metal. Now, if suppose the particular percentage of a metal is very high in a mineral, then it is called an ore, where you can extract a metal without any economical loss. That is called an ore. So, it is from the ore that we extract certain metals. Now, metallurgy. Metallurgy is nothing but it is a method of extracting the metal from its ore is called metallurgy. Let us discuss some of the ores that are mentioned in your textbook from which you can extract a metal. For example, here you are given bauxite. From bauxite you can extract about 50 to 70% of aluminium. Copper iron pyrites, you can extract copper. Zinc blende, you can extract zinc. Magnesite, you can extract magnesium. Epsom salt, from Epsom salt also you can extract magnesium. Horn silver, you can extract silver. Pyrolusite, you can extract manganese. Hematite, you can extract iron. Zincite, you can extract zinc. Rock salt, you can extract sodium. Cinnabar, you can extract mercury. Magnetite, you can extract iron. Galena, you can extract plumbum, that is lead. Gypsum, you can extract calcium. Limestone, you can extract calcium. Carnallite, from carnallite you can extract magnesium. All ores are minerals, but all minerals need not be ores. Okay, this means that every ore is a mineral from which you are extracting a metal, but every mineral is not a ore. Now, aluminium is the most commonly available metal which is available in the earth crust, but you extract aluminium only from the bauxite because more percent of aluminium is present in the bauxite. So, without an economical loss, you can extract aluminium from bauxite. So, that is about ore, minerals and metallurgy. The next topic that you have is about activity series. Activity series is nothing but arranging the metals in the decreasing order of their reactivity, that is called activity series. Now, some metals like potassium, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, calcium, these never exist in free state, they always exist in the combined state. Now, whereas metals like zinc, iron, plumbum, copper, This exists as oxides or sulfides. The metals that are very low, that have very low reactivity like mercury, silver, copper, platinum, these can even exist in free state. Now, why we have separated the metals in the form of into three groups, that is high reactivity, moderate reactivity and low reactivity, is the procedure that is followed during the extraction of these metals is different. That is the reason why we have defined the activity series. So, that is about today's class, children. We shall continue in the next class.